Hi, I'm Lisa Allen of Pilates MI and Equimech. So I've been asked by SJI to provide their members with some advice on what we should be doing in this period of lockdown. So we've come up with a few exercises for you which hopefully you will feel the benefit of, and once we get back out competing again, these guys will feel the benefit as well. These exercises are beginner level, just really to get everybody started. So if you have been doing some exercise, you might find them, I suppose, a wee bit basic, but it's really very important to have your form and your stability correct, and then we can add on difficulty and weight as necessary. Hope you enjoy. How do I know if I'm balanced? Normally I would carry out a full 30-point intrinsic biomechanics strain. However, there are a couple of tests you can do at home. For example, if you have access to a pair of scales, you can very quickly assess your weight distribution. And if not, I will discuss further following these exercise videos. Hi everybody, I have selected 6 exercises for you all to try. They all start from standing, so it gives us more of an opportunity to attempt to do them. Obviously, if anybody has any medical or health issues, please check with your physician that it is okay for you to do them. And as you're doing the exercises, if anything is painful, please stop. Riders are poor at warming up. Here's a dynamic full body sequence to warm up before these exercises, but why not also try before getting on your horse? Start with your feet hip distance, slowly roll down towards the floor, and then walk your hands out into a plank. Bring one leg forwards. You can have your knee on the floor if this makes it easier. Turn towards the front leg, turn away from the front leg. Take the leg back up towards the ceiling and sink into the heel on the foot that's on the floor. And then just repeat that on the other side. Don't worry if you feel a difference in that rotation. Quite often we are limited one way compared to the other. Once you've finished that on the other side, just walk the feet into a full squat again. This can be quite a stretch, so just watch out. Press the elbows into the knees, walk the feet in, and slowly roll yourself back up. That's one set, 3 times to complete before we start these exercises. This is a simple squat exercise, so mobilizing legs and just getting a bit of strength work into the glutes and the quads. Feet are greater than hip distance. Turn the feet out slightly to 45 degrees. We're just going to take the hips down towards the floor, taking the knees out towards the little toes. Press into the heels, squeeze the glutes to come back up. Just gently start to mobilize hips, knees and ankles. Press into those heels, squeeze the glutes at the top. So ideally we'll do 10 reps 3 times. Can make it a bit more challenging. We can come down, alternately lift each heel, starting to work into the calves, mobilizing the ankles. And again, if you want to challenge the balance a wee bit further, come up onto both, stand back up. heels back down. And to reverse that, come up first, come down into your squat, then the heels come down, and then we'll stand up. Give that one a go, see how it feels. Let's try a simple hip hinge. This, for me, I feel is really important for us as riders, especially for jumpers. You're engaging the back line of the body, so glutes, hamstrings, lower back. And if you think about it, this exercise is the muscles we recruit when we're landing after a fence, so we're just really getting the right muscle memory in. So if we stand, I'm going to do it side on, just so you can see what we're doing. Feet again are hip distance. I want you to soften your knees very slightly. Place your hands on your hips to start if this is a new exercise for you, and literally keeping the back in that what we call a neutral spine. So I don't want you to curve into the back or arch into your back. Stay just straight through the back. Start to fold forwards at the hips, taking the glutes back behind you, and just go so far that you start to really feel tension in the hamstrings and in your glutes. From there, you just want to send the hips forwards, and that's you back to the starting position. Nice tip to do it is about 3 or 4 inches away from a wall, so you can feel your bottom hit the wall as you take your hips back. If you want to make it more challenging, if it's an exercise that you have been doing, you can take your arms overhead, which increases the load. From here, send the hips back, keeping the back straight, again just as far as you can feel the hamstrings and the glutes, and then again just send those hips back forwards again. Okay, so let's try a single leg exercise. Anybody who comes to my classes will know that I nearly always have a single leg exercise in, or a balance challenge, because balance is super important for us as riders. We all tend to have a leg dominance, so there's one leg that we would prefer to stand on. If you play any football at all, to kick, you're more likely to always kick with one leg, stand on the other leg. Same with riding. There's always one leg or one side of the pelvis that we feel more stable on, and that's generally where our weight will tend to drift, whether it's over a fence or around a turn. So really pretty important to try and get this evened up as much as we can. So I'm going to turn side on. This is fairly low level, but I'm sure it'll probably still be more wobbly on one leg compared to the other, and you can judge that yourselves as well as you do the exercise. So we start with our hands above our head. We're going to lift one knee away, or lift one foot off the floor, so the knee comes up. And then keeping that leg lifted, we're going to start to fold forwards at the hips, taking the leg out behind. And then slowly coming back to the original starting position. Try not to let the foot touch the floor at any stage. You could repeat that 5 to 10 times, and then we can switch and try it on the other leg. Give that a go. We can make it more difficult, more challenging with weights, resistance bands, things like that, but obviously we're starting at low level to begin with, and it just gives you an idea and more awareness of maybe what leg you're more stable and stronger on. So this exercise is targeting a very specific muscle called gluteus medius, or glute med for short. Super important for all of us, whether you're a walker, a runner, a rider, because if one side is weaker than the other, this happens, okay? So how to work at standing? Quite often we do it lying down, but to work at standing, we're going to, again, lift one leg off the floor, turn the toe out. Then you're going to take this leg back behind you, but don't let the pelvis come with it. So from here, then just start to lift and lower. This thigh should be behind this thigh as you lift the leg up. You should start to feel a burn here. Again, you can try that on the other leg. Quite often one is going to be easier than the other. So again, take it up. Turn the toe out, start to take it back. Again, just lift and lower. You may feel one side tires more quickly. If it does, I would be doing more on that side. Start again with 10 reps, 3 times each side. If you definitely feel one side's weaker, maybe do another 50% more on that side just to get it a bit more evened up. This is the single arm bent over row exercise. Ideally, if you have a light weight or if you have some dumbbells, heavy water bottle, just something you can find about the yard or about the home. This exercise is just going to help with our stabilizing muscles because we're using one arm. It starts to get the core engaged and also using the muscles on our back as well, which are important to have strong. So if you've got even a couple of bales of hay, straw, something we can get a hand and knee onto, you want to find neutral through the back, pull the belly button up towards your spine, so that's our core engaged. And then think about the shoulder blades. The shoulder blades are going to drop away from the ears and then you're going to squeeze them together. That keeps you nice and strong and that just improves then your rein contact. We're getting the strength through the upper back as well. From here, we're just going to bring the weight up, squeeze that elbow up towards the ceiling or sky and back down. Keep the shoulder blades squeezed together. And again, I'm going to do 10 reps each arm, making sure those shoulder blades are staying nicely squeezed together. Give that one a go. See if you feel a difference side to side. Start to build the weight up as you go along. Did you struggle performing any of these exercises? Did you notice a stronger, weaker side, a restricted movement pattern, or an imbalance as referred to earlier? If so, do you also recognise any of the following common rider issues? Maybe your horse drifts on a related distance or falls in on a dog leg. Or maybe one of your boots is more worn on the inside. If you do experience any of these issues, try out this pelvic function test. One of the tests I would carry out in the 30-point biomechanics training is a pelvic function test called the 4-sign test, which you can really easily carry out at home. I'm just going to get John to demonstrate here. So you just place one ankle on top of the opposite knee. Get a feel for what the hip on this side feels like. Does it feel tight or restricted? And also have an awareness of where that knee is relative to the floor. And then if you switch over to the other side, again you can compare the height of the knee. Obviously this way John is more limited, the knee is higher away from the floor. So really 60% of dysfunction in the body is associated with the pelvis, and this is going to have a knock-on effect going up the body. You could have niggles in a shoulder, or going down the body you could have a niggle in one knee or one foot. And there's actually a lovely technique that we can do to just release the muscles around the hip joint and just get those muscles working more effectively, which could make a big difference to how your hips absorb the horse's movement and just makes us more symmetrical and balanced. So the corrective for the pelvic function test that we have just done is something called a 4-sign muscle energy technique. So get back into the same position. This time though, you want to be thinking about this action. So the knee is lifting up and the ankle is nearly pressing into midline, the knee's coming up into midline. Place the hand on the same side onto your knee, and you're now trying to press your knee over towards the middle line. Only be doing this at 20% of your maximum, so it doesn't feel like you're doing very much. Hold it for 20 seconds, and then you repeat that 4 times on the same leg. So say if I'd done that for 20 seconds, set the leg down, give it a shake, back up again, 20% of your maximum for 20 seconds. And then again, after you've done it 4 times on one side, 4 times on the other side. Ideally, periodically through the day, 3 or 4 times if possible. You want to get quicker results. Let me know how you get on, but this is really the foundation of trying to improve your functional performance. Optimizing function is at the core of everything we do. This is our performance pyramid. The assessments and correctives are the base and foundation to optimal movement patterns. This must be in place before layering on the core stability work and finally the functional improvement exercises. All types of classes are currently available to join online via Zoom. There are 3 levels of difficulty of Pilates. There's a bit of cardio combined with Pilates in the Pilates classes, and there's rider-specific core ball for strength and balance. Online booking is available through the Pilates NI Facebook page and the Book Now button. Come and join us for a bit of crack. Here's the Book Now button highlighted on our Facebook page. Or you can book directly through Google by typing in pilates-ni.appointed with 2ds.com, and that'll take you back to that same booking site. Just quickly, a bit of background information. I have a diploma in biomechanics. I was Ireland's first advanced Equipilates biomechanics trainer, which also included a Pilates certificate. I have my HSI coaching certificate. I also rode to the new 4-star level eventing and 20 years as a vet. Thank you for watching.